To the European history of this thing, the Spanish Inquisition and other persecutions in Europe of any religion by the Catholic Church, it has to be said. So there was a lot of movement around Europe. People weren't too willing to live in Europe when this persecution was going on. So a lot of them came to England and Scotland. Huguenots from France, Huguenot, yeah, things like that. So 12th century the English settled here came initially just as an exploration, but as I say, 15th, 16th century big time and put plantations in here, taking the land. So there's always been trouble ever since. So bringing you up to the 20th century, there was all sorts of movements trying to get the British out of Ireland. So there was a deal done here in 1920 to split Ireland. Leave this part of the northeast of Ireland to the predominantly Protestants and the rest to the Catholic, Irish Catholic. Thinking that was a good idea. It was a recipe for disaster. From the 1920s, the 1960s, 70s, 80s, there's a one-party state here. Catholics were discriminated against. So eventually law and order broke down here in the 1960s. The Troubles, the so-called Troubles began in 1969. 69 to 94, all hell breaks loose. 15,500 bombs is planted in and around this country in those years. And just under 3,700 people killed. So that's 1994, the ceasefires, 25 years, they've had enough. So 1994, ceasefires are called. 1998, there's an agreement signed here. All the parties, all the paramilitary terrorist groups get around a table and thrashed out an agreement. This was signed in 1998 to provide a power-sharing government here and ensure that everybody gets equal rights here. And that's the way we are in this, at the moment, we're sort of in a state of a power-sharing government, which is not perfect, but it's the only way this country can be run. Now, that's bringing you right up to date, okay? Over the years, as well as the murders, etc., there was the paramilitaries always found it necessary to put some sort of messages on the walls. They've evolved into great talented artists coming here now to paint these murals here. But I'm going to go through some of them, and if you want, you can have a walk. Oliver Cromwell. Heard of Cromwell? Have you heard of Cromwell, sir?
Yes.
Oliver Cromwell? No? Can you understand me okay?
A little bit.
Where are you from?